Warning, the following take will offend the internet wrestling community. Viewer discretion is advised.
Zai Review says, why are you calling yourself a casual wrestling fan when you have replica titles behind you? Now, I mentioned this earlier in the show, but I thought, why not? Let's pull an actual one that I got this week. This is probably one of the comments that I see the most, along with the other comment is, if you have a podcast or a wrestling page dedicated to fandom, you're not a casual wrestling fan. And it's like, so many people are out of touch these days with what podcasting is and what it has become, right? Podcasts are just shows for like-minded people to gather around a concept and hang out and talk about it. That's what it is. Listen to somebody talk about the things in the way that you like to hear them talked about. To me, it's interesting because casual is not a metric, and that's what the IWC wants to make it. They want to make it a metric, and I would say that casual is more of a mindset than it is a metric. I would say our Discord, the casual wrestling community, talks about 50% of the time about wrestling, and then there's about 50% of conversation that's bullshit. It's just other stuff. It's video games, it's television shows, it's Drewski, right? This week we've been talking a lot about Drewski and his new reality show. But to me, that's what a casual wrestling fan is. Wrestling brings us together, but it is not the only thing that we're able to talk about. What I think makes you guys IWC and makes you guys sickos is that you want to talk about wrestling and you want to talk about wrestling all the time, and you can't step outside of that conversation, right? Wrestling just brings casual fans together, right? And a podcast doesn't immediately disqualify you from being a casual wrestling fan, as well as having a podcast does not make you an expert, nor does it make you an insider. I always love the comments I get when people are like, why do you have a podcast if you're a casual wrestling fan? Because I talk about it casually, right? I talk about it from the casual perspective. If you give me a history exam on professional wrestling, I will fail. I don't know anybody from MLW. I don't know anybody from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I could name right now maybe 10 guys in AEW. And probably 9 of them are going to be because they came from WWE. It's just wild to me that people are so infatuated and dedicated to the idea of telling me what level of fan I am. I am an informed casual wrestling fan. I say it all the time. I'm not a wrestling bro. Wrestling bro, we talked about this last week. Wrestling bros are the guys who come back when The Rock and John Cena come. I'm more informed than that, but I'm not IWC. And that's why the IWC dislikes me, right? Is because they want to lump me into that situation. But the problem is I just don't look like them. I don't think like them. I don't act like them. I am very different. I move very different. It's like when they tell me that Will Ospreay is the greatest wrestler of the world. And my answer is, nah, bro, he doesn't draw a crowd. Like, he doesn't sell t-shirts. They immediately then go into that's not the metric you should use. But that's why I'm a casual wrestling fan. In one breath, you're going to tell me that I'm IWC. And then when I offer a different perspective, the perspective of a casual wrestling fan, which makes up, I tell you guys all the time, makes up 80% of the wrestling audience, you guys are upset. I'm casual, guys. That's what it is. The reason I have title belts, I have a cool ass wife who lets me buy shit and who buys me shit, right? Like title belts. That's it. I don't bring this to the wrestling events. Unfortunately, anybody who's seen me out at a wrestling event, a few of you that seen me, I don't carry these with me. I'm not that guy. They're here because they look cool. I like them, but I don't live and breathe about those. You know, that to me, that's what makes the difference in a casual wrestling fan and an IWC.
Keep it casual.